Zender.
That's me.
Mama Bear is played by Kinley.
That's me.
Baby Bear is played by Winnie.
That's me.
Goldilocks' dad is played by Trevin.
That's me.
And Goldilocks is played by Allison.
That's me.
Let's begin our story. One fine morning in spring, the three bears ambled down into the kitchen. Knowing everybody was hungry, Mama Bear whipped up a batch of porridge and poured it into 3 bowls. Papa sat down, took a taste of his porridge, and he said,
This porridge is too hot.
and Mama Bear suggested,
Let's go on for a walk while it's cooling.
so they got their jackets on and headed out into the spring air. While they were doing that, a girl named Goldilocks was home with her dad. He was making breakfast, scrambled eggs, and hash browns, and he just popped up toast when he called to his daughter.
Goldilocks, come down for breakfast.
And she answered him.
Okay, Dad, I'll be down there in Zippy.
So she sat down with Dad and had breakfast. While they were eating, he said to his daughter,
After breakfast, I want you to go out to play in the sunshine.
and she told him.
That's a great idea.
So she finished up and headed outside. Now, her papa did not want her to leave the yard, but a butterfly flew past and she started chasing it. Soon she was deep in the woods where she saw a cottage. She knocked on the door and said,
Anybody home?
not hearing an answer, she pushed the door open and walked right in. Well, the first thing she spotted were those bowls of porridge. She walked over to the biggest bowl of porridge, tried it, and said,
This porridge is too hot.
so she moved over to the middle-sized bowl of porridge, gave it a taste, and said,
This porridge is too cold.
so she moved to the smallest bowl of porridge, put a little squirts of honey on there, and tried it, and said,
This porridge is just
and she gobbled it up. Well, she was very full after porridge and a breakfast. So she went into the living room. She climbed up on Papa Bear's recliner and grabbed the remote, but said,
This chair is too hard.
so she jumped down and went over to the flowery cushiony chair of Mama's and said,
This chair is too soft.
so she moved over to Baby Bear's little rocking chair. She sat down and fit just right. She started rocking, but the weight of her gave underneath her and she fell to the floor saying,
Ouch!
well, she wiped herself off and headed upstairs where she saw a king-size and a queen-size bed. She went to the king-size bed with a blue comforter, snuggled in, but said,
This bed is too hard.
so she jumped down and went to Mama Bear's bed with the fluffy pink pillows and said,
This bed is too soft.
so she jumped down and wandered down the hall where she saw a princess bed with a canopy. She snuggled into that bed and said,
This bed is just right.
and she fell fast asleep. Well, while she was sleeping soundly, the 3 bears came home from their walk. Papa Bear was famished and went right to his bowl, but he saw a spoon sticking up in it. He said,
Who's been eating my porridge?
Mama Bear walked to her bowl, gave it a look and said,
Who's been eating my porridge?
Baby Bear walked over to her wee little bowl and she said,
Who's been eating my porridge? They ate it all gone. Well.
and Mama Bear said,
That's okay, baby.
so the 3 bears ventured into the living room. Papa Bear noticed his remote was missing right away and he said,
Who's been sitting in my chair?
Mama Bear noticed one of her cushions was on the floor and she said,
Who's been sitting on my chair?
Baby Bear walked over to her rocking chair and said,
Who's been sitting in my chair? They broke it all to pieces. Well.
and Mama Bear told her.
That's okay, baby.
So they ventured upstairs. Papa Bear walked in by his king bed and saw that his comforter was all rumpled, and he said,
Who's been sleeping in my bed?
Mama Bear walked over to her queen-size bed, noticed the pillows were dented, and she said,
Who's been sleeping in my bed?
Baby Bear walked into her bedroom, took one look at her bed, and said,
Who's been sleeping in my bed? And there she is right now.
well, the shrill voice of the baby woke Goldilocks up with a start. She looked at those three bears and said,
Ah!
She ran out of the house as fast as she could, leaving a shoe behind. But the bears never saw her again. The moral of the story is,
Never go into a stranger's house.
the end. Next performance will be the Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf. Thank you for being such a quiet listening audience. Let me introduce our characters. We have Gabriel as the first pig.
That's me.
We have Hunter as the second pig.
That's me.
We have Caden as the third pig.
That's me.
We have Mama Bear, played by Maddie.
That's me.
We have the friendly delivery man, played by Devin.
That's me.
And we have the big bad wolf, played by Carson. Let's begin our story. One fine morning, the three pigs were just waking up. Mama was making some delicious breakfast, stacks and stacks of pancakes. When she had flipped her last pancake, she called to her piglets,
Little pigs, time for breakfast.
and they hollered down.
Okay, down.
So they got dressed and sat down at the table. They put slabs of butter and syrup on their pancakes and started to pig out. While they were eating, their mama told them,
The time's for you to go out and seek your pig and fortune.
so they finished breakfast, went up and packed their suitcases and brought them down. As they were going out the door, Mama said,
Goodbye, my little pork chop.
and they answered,
Goodbye, Mama. We love you.
and headed down the road. The first pig met a delivery man with a huge load of straw, and he asked the man,
Could I have some hay to build our house?
and the delivery man said,
Oh, that's what we're going to get to work.
so he backed up his truck,
Beep, 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 beep.
and they unloaded the straw. The first pig got right to work, and within 2 days he had a nice straw house built. He had just settled down to play Mario Brothers when he heard a pounding on the door, and the wolf said,
Little pig, let me come in.
and the pig said,
Not but hey, I'm a chin, chin, chin.
so the wolf told him,
Then I will up, and I will pop, and you'll
so he
hop, and he hop, and he
blew the house down, and the pig ran off squealing. Well, the second pig met a delivery man who had a load of sticks, and he asked the man,
I have some sticks to build my house?
and the delivery man told him,
Oh, that was also good. Get to work.
so he backed up the truck,
Beep, 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 beep.
and they unloaded the sticks. The second pig spent a whole week building his stick house, and it had a fine porch in the front. He had just settled down to watch his favorite TV show, Loud House, when he heard a knocking on the door, and his brother said,
Let me in, there's a big bad wolf on the loose.
and he told him,
Come in.
so he pulled him in quickly and locked the door in 3 places. While they were watching their show together, they heard another pounding on the door, and the wolf said,
Little pigs, let me come in.
and they said,
Not my hair or my chinny chin chin.
So he told them,
And I will pop and don't blow down.
so
He hopped and he hopped and he blew down.
and those two pigs ran off squealing. Well, the third and wisest pig met the delivery man who was carrying a load of bricks, and he asked the man,
May I have some bricks to build my house?
and the delivery man told him
I'll have my broke over. Get to it.
that he backed up his truck,
Beep, 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 beep.
unloaded the bricks, and the third pig worked for days and weeks and months, and soon produced a fine, strong house with a fireplace. He had just settled in with a dish of ice cream when he heard a pounding on the door, and his brothers told him, and he told them,
Come in.
so he pulled them in and locked the door in 5 places. Well, they had all settled down for a nice snack of ice cream when they heard another pounding on the door, and the wolf said,
Little pigs, let me come in.
and they said, so he told them,
And then I will hop, and I will pop, and I'll blow the house down.
so he hopped, and he hopped, and he hopped, and he hopped, but he couldn't blow the house down. And the 3 pigs said,
Hooray!
and the wolf said,
Crap!
well, he had a plan. He said to himself,
I'll climb up the roof and slide in the tree.
so the 3 pigs overhearing him said,
Let's put a pot of boiling water on the fire.
that's just what they did, and it was bubbling fine when the wolf climbed up on the chimney, slid down, or climbed up on the roof, slid down the chimney, landed in the pot of water, and said,
Yeah!
and the 3 pigs said,
Oh, goody,
and they called their mama, and she said, and they called their mama, and she said,
I'll be right over.
and they called the delivery man, and he said,
I'll be right over.
and they joined them for a fine feast, and it was the best wolf stew they ever had, and the wolf never bothered them again. The end. Let me introduce our characters. We have Little Red's mom, played by Cece.
That's me.
We have Little Red, played by Charlotte.
That's me.
We have the charming wolf, played by Brock.
That's me.
We have the dear sweet Granny, played by Emma.
That's me.
And we have the brave woodcutter, played by Jace. Let's hear story. One fine morning, Mama was making raspberry parfaits for breakfast. She was just squirting the whipped cream on top when she called out to her daughter,
Little Red, time for breakfast.
and her daughter replied,
I'll be right down.
so she got dressed and headed down for breakfast. While they were eating their parfaits, Mama said to her,
Little Red, would you keep this basket of goodies to Matt? Because she's doing for her.
and Little Red told her.
Sure, I'd love to.
So she finished her parfait and went upstairs to get her red cape on. When she came down, as she was heading out the door with the basket, her mama cautioned her,
Remember, don't talk to anything.
and she replied,
I won't.
well, she walked on the path through the woods when she got to the deepest part, and a mysterious wolf stepped up from behind a tree, and he asked her,
Where are you going, my girl?
and Little Red told him,
Miss Granny,
what her mama said, she told him.
Sure.
So they walked together talking about the weather and neighborhood news. When they got to a field of flowers, the wolf had a wicked idea. He said to Little Red, and Little Red said,
I have a great idea.
so when she stooped down to pick her bouquet of flowers, the wolf hightailed it ahead to Granny's, knocked on the door, and Granny said,
Who is it?
and the wolf replied,
It's me, Little Red.
and Granny told her.
Come in.
So the wolf stormed into the house, jumped on Granny's bed, and Granny said,
Oh, you bad
and he gobbled her up in one bite. He put Granny's nightcap and nightgown on and snuggled under the covers to wait for Little Red. By and by, Little Red came to the house, knocked on the door, and the wolf said,
Who is it?
and Little Red replied,
It's me, Little Red.
and the wolf told her.
Come in.
So she walked into the house, right into the bedroom. She was aghast when she saw how much her granny had changed. So she asked her granny,
Granny, what sick eyes you have?
and the wolf told her,
Better to hear you, the better to see you, my dear.
and then she asked,
Granny, what big ears you have?
and the wolf said,
Better to hear you, my dear.
and finally she said,
Granny, what big teeth you have?
and the wolf said,
Better to hear you, my dear.
and he jumped up onto the bed, and Little Red said, as he was swallowing her down, a brave woodcutter was going through the forest. He heard her scream, jumped through the windows, and said,
I used to say the day.
he took out his trusty axe, chopped open the wolf's tummy. Out jumped Granny, who said,
Finally, I can read my book.
and out jumped Little Red, and they sewed up the wolf's tummy and told him,
Get back, wolf.
and he left the house with his tail between his legs, and they never saw him again. And the moral of the story is,
Never talk to strangers.
the end. Ladies and gentlemen, our final performance of the day is going to be the Three Billy Goats Gruff. Let me introduce our characters. We have the biggest goat, played by Cody.
That's me.
We have the medium-sized goat, played by Harry.
That's me.
We have the smallest goat, played by Aaliyah.
That's me.
And we have the mean, nasty troll, played by Wesley.
That's me.
Let's begin our story. The three goats were dancing around in the pasture, bumping and jumping on each other. But they were very hungry, and they looked longingly across the river where the green meadow with the flowers was. Well, there was a nasty troll under the bridge who kept them from going across. That morning, the smallest goat decided,
I'm going to cross the bridge.
and her two brothers said,
Oh no, don't go across the bridge. This big nasty troll under the bridge.
but she told them,
I don't care. I'm going to cross the bridge.
so she went
Turn.
across the bridge. Halfway across, the troll jumped up and said,
Who's that trip check over my bridge?
and the littlest goat said, oh, and the troll told her,
I'm not eating more breakfast.
but she told him, oh no. So the troll thought for a moment and said,
You might laugh.
so she went, across the bridge and started munching on flowers. While she was there, her two brothers were still playing. But the middle-sized goat stopped and told his brother, But his biggest brother said,
Oh no, don't go across the bridge. It's big that's controlling the bridge.
the middle goat said,
I don't care. I'm going across.
so he went
Trip,
trip, trap across the bridge. Halfway across, the nasty troll jumped up and said,
Who's that chick jumping over my bridge?
and the middle-sized goat said,
Middle-sized goat.
and the troll told him, and the troll,
I'm gonna eat you for breakfast.
but the middle goat said,
Oh no, wait for my brother. He's bigger and bigger than I am.
so the troll thought for a minute and then said,
You may pass.
so he went trip, trap across the bridge and joined his sister. Well, the biggest goat was watching them and he said to himself,
I will be. I'm going to cross the bridge.
so he went
Trip,
trip, trap across the bridge. Halfway across, the troll jumped up and said,
Who's that shit trapping over my bridge?
and the biggest goat said,
His eyes did really go quick.
and the troll told him,
I'm gonna eat you for breakfast.
but the biggest goat told him,
I don't think so.
he backed up and lowered his horns. He ran towards that troll who flew into the air
Ah!
and landed in the